Yes, let us start our science class. Yes, in previous class we discussed about the some of the phylum. In that Protochordata and vertebrate we have just started. Just will recall what we have studied in last class. Yes, first one we discussed, that is the ninth one, that is a Protochordata, ninth phylum it is. Yes, tell me the characteristic now. What are the different characteristics of this Protochordata? Yes, we know that the Balanoglossus is an example. One more example is Amphioxus, Herdmanium, etc. So, what is the main point here? What it has is they have the notochord, a rod-like structure we have studied in last class. It is very long, it is giving support to that one. So, all are the marine habitats, so marine animals. Yes, after that we discussed about the vertebrate. What is the main point in vertebrates? Why we are calling the animals as the vertebrates? Yes, because they have vertebral column. We have vertebral column because we can say we are the example for vertebrates. Because of that we can stand straight. Yes, in vertebrate there is a further divisions or groups. What is the name of that group, or else what are the different groups? Yes, first one is Pisces, second one Amphibia, third one Reptilia, fourth Apes, and fifth one is Mammalia. In that first two we have studied in last class. Just will recall what is that. Yes, Pisces. It is also called as fish. We know that number of example, both marine fishes and freshwater fishes. In aquarium, what are the different fishes? We are going to put it into the aquarium. All we know. Examples also we know. The name of the fishes. In last class we have observed the photos of that one. Yes. Next, tell me the characteristic. Yes, it has plates or scales in the body, right? Yes, upon that it has a muscular tail for the movement purpose. Whether they are laying egg? Yes, they are laying egg. So different examples like dogfish, catfish, many seahorse, mandarin fish, flying fish, stingray, electric ray, number of examples also we have studied. Yes. Next we'll move to the next one. What is that second group? That is an amphibia. Why we are calling amphibians? Because the frog, one example, frog is an amphibia because they can survive in both water and land, terrestrial environment. They also laying egg. Upon that, any other points you know? What are the examples? Is frog, toad, flying frog. Flying frog also example. One more, salamander. These are the example for amphibia. Next we'll move to the next one, that is Reptilia. Write down the heading. Third group, that is Reptilia. Reptilia. Do you know what is Reptilia? Any example? Can you give any example for these Reptilia? Yes, reptiles. All the reptiles are comes under in this. Okay, any example? Snake. Have you seen any snake? Yes. What about the lizards? What about the crocodile? Yes, flying lizard, turtles. All those things are the examples for Reptilia. Now, we'll take one example as a snake. Now, can you tell me the characteristic of this snake? Means it is a characteristic of Reptilia. What are the characteristics? How it is? Yes, we can call it is also a cold-blooded animals. In Pisces we studied, Pisces, that is a fish, it is also a cold-blooded animal. So, I said you to refer what is the meaning of that cold-blooded. What it means? Cold-blooded animals means what? Have you got the answer? Yes. See here, what cold-blooded animals are? Those animals they are not capable of regulating their body temperature. Okay, if according to the temperature of the environment. If you are going to take one fish or else any reptiles, because they are the cold-blooded animals, what it is doing, if it is present in water, it is taking the temperature of that environment. If it is present in land, it is going to take the adapting the temperature of that land. But in case of human, what we are doing? If it is in hot condition, if it is a very cold condition, if it is water or desert, what we are doing? We are maintaining our body temperature. We are not going to change our body temperature. If you are going to change our body temperature, what will happen? Our blood will clot, or else blood won't circulate properly. Okay, so it loses its function. So we are the warm-blooded animals, but these reptiles and fishes are the cold-blooded animals. So got the answer now? Once again I will repeat. Cold-blooded animals are those animals, they are not capable of regulating their body temperature according to the temperature of the surrounding. Can you predict the definition for warm-blooded animals? Then warm-blooded animals, what is the meaning, or else what it indicates is they are the animals that are capable of maintaining what a nearly constant temperature, body temperature, irrespective of the temperature of the environment. If the environment of the temperature of the environment if changes, means it is not going to change its temperature, its body temperature. So got the difference now? Sometime in exam they will ask, write the difference between cold-blooded animals and hot or as warm-blooded animals. Yes, next we will move to this one, reptilia. We got 1 point, that is it is a cold-blooded animal. So cold-blooded, 1 point we got. Any other points? Yes, I said you have to just imagine the any snake, how it will be. What about the skin type? In pieces we come to know that it is having the large scales. Yesterday we have draw the structure and we have studied that one. Next, in amphibia, very smooth it is, because of that the frog, we can't take that frog easily because it is slippery, because it has a mucus gland in its skin. But what about the snake? What about the reptiles? See, it is also having scales. But it is not like fish scale. Fishes are having the scales. No, it is not like that. But it is having the scales. If you are going to observe the skin of any snake or crocodile or lizard, you can see the scales. Okay. So have scales. Write down the point. Second one. Have scales. Yes. Next, any other point? How they are breathing. We know amphibians, how they are breathing. In pieces, how they are breathing. Now tell me how these snakes or crocodiles are breathing, whether they have lungs or else by using gills. In what way they are going to breathe? Yes, they are the presence of lungs. So lungs are there like us. It is using that lungs, and they are having the nose then. So they are breathing like that. But there is no gills like fish or frog. Okay. So third point, write down, breathe through lungs. Yes. Next, whether they are giving birth to young one or else like fish they are laying egg. Reptiles. Have you seen any reptiles egg? Yeah. In house we can see the eggs of lizards, small lizards. Sometimes you can see the snake egg and all. See how it is, whether it is resembles a bird's egg. Yeah, but it is very small compared to the size. It is very small. The lizards also having the similar kind of bird's egg. How it is same. Okay, it is having the covering and all. In fishes, in amphibia, we studied in last class, there is no covering for the fish egg or else amphibian's egg. Okay, so they are laying egg. Write down that point also. Yes. Next, What about the heart? In fishes we come to know two chambers, in amphibia 3 chambers. But here in case of reptiles, all the reptiles, most of the reptiles are having 3-chambered heart. 3-chambered heart. Only one speciality for the crocodile. Crocodiles are having 4-chambered heart. Other all 3-chambered heart, but only in the crocodile we can see 4-chambered heart. That is the specialities for the reptiles. Okay? Yes. Examples already we have discussed: snake, turtle, lizard, flying lizard, crocodile. Many examples we can see. Okay, just observe the pictures. These are the examples for reptiles. Okay, if you are getting more and more example, just collect down the example. If you are getting the photos, just collect the photos and write it or preserve it in your point book. Okay, next we'll move to the next one. Yes, that is the fourth one. Fourth one, what is that? Aves. Aves. Now tell me, student, what is aves? Aves means what? That is nothing but birds. Okay, birds. Have you seen birds? Yes, of course. Birds are there in our surrounding. We can see number of different colored birds we can see, and we can enjoy. We are enjoying the color of that one, and we are enjoying the what a sound. How nicely they are going to sing, no? Yes. Now tell me the characteristic. Tell me the features, how they are. Just imagine whether they are the cold-blooded or warm-blooded. Yes, they are the warm-blooded animals. So write down the first point. Warm blood. Okay? Yes. Any other points? Yes. Heart is 4-chambered heart. So 4-chambered heart. Write down full. Next, any other? Whether they are laying egg or giving birth to a young one? Yes, they are laying egg. We know that. Familiar with that eggs. So we are using that eggs. So they are laying egg. Yes. Which is the biggest egg? Which animal is giving? Yes, collect the answer. Refer and write down the answer. Which is the largest egg? I am asking about the bird. Which bird is laying largest egg? Big egg. Yes. Next, what about the skin type? In reptiles we come to know that reptiles are having the scales in their skin. Now what about the aves? Just imagine crow, just imagine parrot, any bird, how they are skin type. Skin is covered with feathers. Full outside part of the skin, outside covering of feathers are there. Yes, have you seen that one? Yes. So we have the habit of collecting the feathers, different colors of birds feathers we are collecting, no? Yes, good. Collect like that and preserve it. Yes. Next, here in birds, the 4 limbs. Limbs means what? Legs. See, that is 4 limbs. 4 limbs means 4 limbs are modified for the flight. Yes, what we are calling for that is wings we are calling, because actually that is limbs only, that is a leg only, but they are modified for the purpose of flight. Okay, that is all about the aves. Can you give the example? Number of examples we can see. All the birds you can name, your ostrich, upon that kiwi, upon that crow, yes, myna, parrot, all peacock, pigeon, all those things are the example for aves. Okay, once again I will tell you the characteristic. Warm-blooded animals they are. Heart is 4-chambered heart. They are laying egg. Outside covering of feathers are there. 4 limbs are modified for the flying purpose. Yes. Next we'll move to the next one. That is 5th one. Last part of our diversity in living organism chapter, that is the mammalia. Yes, write down the heading, mammalia. Now tell me students, why we are calling the animals as a mammals? Why we are calling mammals? What it means? Mammals means what? Yes, can you give any example? We'll take one example and we will discuss the features. Do you know any mammals example? One example I will say you that is a simple example. Human beings, rat, dog, cat, tiger, all those things. Now tell me, what is the features of this mammalia? Why we are calling the animals as mammals? Because they have mammary glands in its body. Why they need these mammary glands? Mammary glands are very important for these organisms because they are going to protect their young one by giving nourishment, that is a milk they are going to give. Because of that we are calling these as a mammalia. Come to know, they have mammary gland in this body for the production of milk to nourish their young one. So how they are protecting their young one, how they are nourishing their young one? By giving the milk. Come to know, till now we didn't study that point. Once mammals, only the mammals. In vertebrata, only the mammals are having this capacity, they are having the mammary gland. Okay, because of that only names comes like this, mammalia. Mammalia means nothing but it has a mammary gland. Come to know the main point, it is that one. Next, any other points can you predict? We are the warm-blooded animals. If it is a hot environment, if it is a very cold desert or anywhere, Iceland or any Antarctic region, but we are not going to adapt that temperature. We are maintaining our constant body temperature. It's right, because of that we are calling mammals are the warm-blooded animals. What about the heart chamber? 4-chambered heart. Write down the points here. Warm-blooded one. Write down full warm-blooded. Upon that, 4 chambers in our heart. 4-chambered heart we have. Upon that, there is a presence of mammary gland. That is very, very important point. Mammary gland. Why it is important? Because they are going to nourish their young one. Yes. Next, any other point? Just imagine the skin type. In all animals, we are going to, in all subgroups, we come to know that it is having unique type of skin type they have. What about in mammals? Whether we have any speciality in our skin? Yes, we have small hairs in our skin. Have you seen that one? Yes, we have small hairs in our skin. It is not only in us. In all mammals, if you are going to see a cat, cow or anything, you can see the small hairs in their body. Okay, even we have that one. Any other speciality for our skin? Yes, we are getting sweating. We are getting sweat. Upon that, there is oil glands and sweat glands are present in our body. Because of that, after the race, after the long race, you are getting the sweating. Same as that, sometimes, usually we are saying my skin is very oily because we have oil glands. Don't think that only she have that oily gland or else only he have, your friend. All human beings or else all mammals, we have, all human especially, we have this sweat and oil glands. Because of that, we are getting sweat and oil type skin. Okay, yes, so that is also a speciality of our skin type. Next, whether we are giving egg or giving birth to, laying egg or giving birth to young one. Yes, but we can't say all the mammals are giving birth to young one. While taking human beings, rat, cat, all those things we know, even bat also giving birth to a young one. But some are there, they are laying egg. After that, after hatching of that egg, they are going to nourish their young one by giving milk. Okay, but what? They are laying egg. That is only two animals are there, that is platypus and echidna. Have you seen this one? Platypus echidna, platypus, and one more is echidna. Yes, these are the two examples. These are two exception cases in the mammalia. Only these two animals are laying egg. This is a photos of these two animals. Okay, platypus and echidna. These are laying egg. Other all mammals are reproducing and they are giving birth to their young one. Okay, exception is these two. But in one more animal, what it is doing, you know, that is a kangaroos. Have you seen? Yes, always we can see a mother kangaroo with a offspring. Yes, what is that? Why it is carrying? Always it is carrying its young one. Because these kangaroos giving birth to very poorly developed young one. Not like us. We are full 9 months in our mother's womb. After that only we are coming out. But in kangaroo, it is giving early birth. That is a what? Give birth to a very poorly developed young one. Come to know? After that what it is doing? It is carrying that offspring in its pouch. It is having one pouch like structure, no? It is going to keep over there and it is going to nourish and protecting that one, young one. Okay, full development after further development takes place inside that pouch. Okay, examples, bat, all those things. Now one more question I will ask student here. Where you are adding this dolphin upon that whale, blue whales, where you are going to add? In which group? Whether they are the pieces, whether they are the reptiles, amphibians, or else apes, or else mammals. What is that? Yes, refer the answer. They are the mammalia, because it is also nourishing their young one by giving milk. Upon that they have the mammary glands. Because of that we are not adding that animals into a along with the fish or else species group. We are adding dolphin, blue whale, all those things in this mammalia. Upon that we are not adding platypus and echidna. Still they are, even though they are laying egg, but still we are not adding because they are having the mammary glands. So we are adding that is also into a mammalia group. Okay, so different examples, different photos are we can get in internet. Upon that we can observe in our surrounding. Just collect down the examples. If you are getting the photos, just collect down. See, these are the some of the example for this mammalia. Number of examples we can get. Yes, okay, these are the examples. Next so we have completed entire chapter. Very lengthier it is, but we completed. See, the entire whole diversity in living organism chapter full it is covered. So different we have studied from the lower organism to till higher organism. We are classified by taking what? By taking its characteristic, by considering its characteristic we have listed. Yes. So from the beginning, once I will glance in 5 minutes. First we have studied about the 5 kingdom classification. In that kingdom Monera, kingdom Protista, kingdom Mycota, kingdom Plantae and kingdom Animalia. In that we have studied the characteristic and examples. In plant kingdom there will be a number of categories, that is a Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. Upon that 2 classification further, Cryptogamy and Phanerogams. After that we come to know that in Phanerogams further division, that is Angiosperms and Gymnosperms. In Angiosperms further division, that is a which one? Monocot and dicot. When we are studying the animal kingdom, there will be a number of phylums, that is a 10 phylums we have studied totally. Yes, once again I will glance the headings. Porifera, Coelenterata. Yes, third one. Which one third one? Nematihelminthes, Platyhelminthes, Annelids, Echinodermata, Arthropoda, Mollusca. Upon that, Protochordata. Last one is a vertebrate. In vertebrate, further divisions, what and all? Pisces, amphibians, reptiles, aves and mammals. Okay, these are the examples. Write down today's question. Before that, just observe the flow chart. Entire which one? Animal kingdom, plant kingdom we have completed, and I have shown that we are observed that one flow chart. Just observe, it is there in your textbook. Just observe your textbook, or else just observe here. This is the entire what a kingdom Animalia's full flow chart. Okay. Yes. Next, write down today's questions. Write the difference between cold-blooded animals and warm-blooded animals. Yes. Second question. Write the characteristic of aves. Aves. Okay. Third question. By comparing the skin type, you have to write, only you have to take the skin type and compare the all 5 groups, that is in pieces how it will be the skin type. In amphibia, in reptile, aves and mammals, how the skin type. Okay, this is a very important question. Only we are going to consider the skin type and differentiate that one. Whole 5 headings you write down, make 5 columns, different 5 headings you write down, and only write down the skin type, how it is in pieces, how it is in amphibia, goes on. Okay. Yes. Last question. Last question. Why we are calling human beings as a mammalia? Okay, you have to give the reason for this one. Human beings are the example for mammalia. Why we are saying like that? Okay, thank you, student.